Hey, you know, the other day I was going through my closets and I was going through my garage, just kind of cleaning. I happened to come across my old training journals, and this particular one that I came across was from 11 2002, and everything that I used to do, all the way dating back from the time I was 17, 18 years old, when I was training with Rory Littlemeyer, and and he was the one that actually got me into doing this and keeping logs and stuff like that. You know, and when we used to do that, we used to come in, I used to spend maybe about a half an hour before I would train writing out my program of what I was going to do. Now, I always had my set days of what body part I was going to do on that particular day. So for example, like today was legs, or this particular day here was legs. So I'd sit down, I'd write it out, I'd think about what I was going to do, and you know, and I'd go ahead and write it down. And let's go ahead and go through about how I used to go through this. Okay, so for example, I would always start out, for example, with legs, I started a warm up. So today just happened to be, or this day here just happened to be 2 sets of 20 on leg extensions, just to kind of pre-exhaust them a little bit and you know, and get them warmed up. And then right after that, we go into squats. And I notice the way that I would set this up. So if you see sets here, 1, 2, 3, 4, those indicated the sets that I would do. Now, if you go right underneath here, that would be, that would indicate the weight that I would do. And then up on top would be the reps. So everything that I would do, I would write down. So set 1, I'd always start out with a blank slate. Set 1, set 2, set 3, set 4. Then I have my sets and reps up on top. My weight and my reps up on top, and go through it just like that. And you know, it's kind of jogging my memory about a little bit how we used to do it. And you know, and what this would do was force me to go back and look at what I did before. Now look, I see guys that come in the gym now, and I still keep a log. I keep it, of course, you know, in today's technology, I keep it more on my phone, and then sometimes I'll transfer it over to my computer. And the thing that I do is, especially back then, is I would look at, let's say, for example, another leg day, and I'd go back and see what I did before and see what I can improve on. Why didn't I do this? And I'd write down little notes of why I didn't achieve this particular rep or this particular set, and why I couldn't finish a workout or whatever. Was I sick? And I'd have little notes that I'd indicate. But every day when I'd come in, right, it would be the date, what I weighed. On this particular day, I weighed 225 pounds. And this here would be day 3 of my workout. So day 3 of this particular week was my leg workout. And if I'm not, you know, if I remember right, I think I was doing a 6-day workout. I was doing a 6-day program, a 6-day split. But everything was written down. So on this particular day, I went squats. So I started out with 185 for 12. Second set was 225 for 10. Third set was 315 for 8. Then 405 for 5. Then wound up with 465 for 2. After that, I did one last rep set of 225 for 15 or 20. After that, I'd move on to onto leg press. Now here, you see, moved on. Next one here, get a set of 450. Got one. First set was 450 at 10 reps. Second set was 540 at 8. Third set was 720 at 4. Then fourth set was 540 for 8. If you see that my training really hasn't changed a whole hell of a lot. I still train very high volume when I train for bodybuilding, which is what I'm doing now. And you know, the thing is, you got to, I see guys that are coming in the gym now, they really don't have any pen or paper. I don't see anybody writing anything down, and they're just kind of randomly just doing shit as they come in. They might have a chest day, but it's like, you know what, I think I'm going to do this day. I think I'm going to do that you know, this time, and just kind of mix it up every time. And you know, I don't know the reason for that. My only thing that I could think of is, you know, maybe for variety. Okay, that's fine. But the thing is, though, is you have to come in with a set plan. And that's my personal belief. You need to come in with a set plan. It needs to be written down. And every time you write down, at least the next time you do it again, you have something to refer back to. on what you did that particular day. Now, one thing I want to make clear, and maybe this might be the thought process of some people that well, they do this because of muscle confusion. There is no science in the world that backs up muscle confusion. Muscle confusion was a Weider principle that was somewhat studied, but I don't believe it was ever came to a conclusion on what the study said. But I'm going to tell you right now, when you get into the strength conditioning field and the sciences and stuff like that, you'll learn the anatomy, you learn the physiology, you learn the exercise sciences, you learn the kinesiology of it, and you find out that muscle confusion is bullshit. It doesn't work. One thing you can't do is you can't let your muscles get accommodated to one certain routine. Now, look, you change you stick with the same routine from anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks, then you change it up another 4 to 6 weeks. So in other words, it's almost like you're going in blocks. So you stick with one program for 4 to 6 weeks, right? As soon as that gets a little bit stagnant, your muscles will go to accommodation. They will get accommodated to what you're doing. So in that case, you need to change the exercises that you're doing in order to promote a little more hypertrophy and and stimulate more growth again. Okay, and you do this. What I do is I do this in 3 different phases, and I'll go phase 1, phase 2, say phase 3, changing exercises up in each phases. Then I'll go back to the first one again. So when I go back to the first one, right, my muscles are going, oh shit, okay, I've never done this. So for example, let's say just take leg day here, right? I started out with squats. Well, on my second block, I might start out with leg extensions, then go to leg press, then go back to then my third exercise might be squats, or I might just start out with hamstrings, on the third block. But the thing is though, is I don't change exercises every time I come in. Okay, to me that's a mistake. To me that's just laziness. You don't want to put a whole lot of thought into your workout, and you really need to do that. So anyway, I'm going to get back here. I'm going to go back, and my starting weight here, and I was getting, believe it, that's at this time here, I was trying to put on some size. I was 225. So I go all the way back here to March, and this was the last one of this. Well, actually, no, there was some more here, but I came in at I was training here at Gold's in Vegas on March 22nd, 2003, and I almost hit my goal weight of 240, and I came in at 239. And on that day there was another leg day. I trained heavy again, and and you can see here we are 4 or 5 months later. I'm still doing it, and if I think I'd really like to go back and look at my old journals to find out what I did when I was younger. Obviously, I'm older now. I can't do what I used to, but still, the thing is I still keep track of what I do and how I do it. You come out a little bit older now. You don't have injuries, but you have some nagging pain. For example, I still work through it. I got biceps tendonitis and stuff like that, but I still work through it. And but what thing is though is when I do it, I make sure I write it down, because some days I feel better and some days I don't. And the days that I feel better, I go back and look at what I did previously to make it feel, really just go back on my whole day to find out what made it feel that way. Why am I feeling better today than I was? And it might be because maybe I took an ibuprofen before I went to go train, or something like that. Or it just might be a good day. It might have been a warm day. I might have, it just might be a day where it just didn't flare up. So look, all I'm saying right now in this video is plan your workouts. Don't get accommodated to different things and just going in and randomly doing things as you go in. Okay, it just really it really makes your programming better. It makes your training better. Makes your progress better. You go back and you look at your progress from start to end, and you see where you're at. Because even as bodybuilders, you have to be able to increase in weight in order to get bigger. Okay, that's just a fact. You're not going to really get huge training with lighter weight. You do need that mixture, and you should have a heavy day. You should have a light day or a lighter day. You know, but the thing is, write it down. Make sure you keep everything in a log. That way you can go back and look at it. Hey, you know, maybe you can go back from year to year. Hey, this is what I did the previous year. This worked this previous year. Maybe I should go back and try that again, you know. And, you know, just things like that. So, look, if you got any questions, hit me up. Subscribe. I really want to hear from you. We're trying to put out some informative videos for you guys. Hit us up on Instagram at MPF Performance Fitness _Performance Fitness, or MPF Performance _Fitness. That is our other one. Okay? Again, look forward to hearing from you.